Here's a dirty little secret about luxury cruising. The hardware is all similar. The ships are all beautiful, but the software, the people, the vibe, the dress code is completely different. If you pick the wrong one, you could be stuck in a formal gown or tuxedo when you just wanted to wear linen pants. Or you could be trapped at a shared table making polite conversation when you just wanted a quiet dinner for two. Don't let a bad vibe match ruin your trip. Today, I'm going to help you avoid that vibe trap by breaking down the real differences between Regent, Silversea, and Seabourn, so you don't make a $15,000 mistake. Welcome back, empty nesters. If you watched my last video, we did the math. We proved that moving from a cheap mass market cruise to an all-inclusive luxury line actually does make financial sense for the way we travel now. But now you have a new problem. You have to choose. And this is where it gets a little tricky. If you look at the brochures for Regent Seven Seas, Silversea, and Seabourn, they look pretty much identical. Champagne, caviar, happy couples staring at a sunset. They're all selling you the same hardware, but the software, how it feels to actually live on that ship for 10 days, wildly different. I call this the vibe trap. You book a ship because it looks pretty, but you get on board and realize the social rules don't match your personality. Maybe it's too quiet. Maybe it's too stuffy. Maybe it's too social. Today, we're going to fix all that. I'm going to walk you through the 3 biggest old habits you're bringing from the mass market lines and show you how they backfire on luxury lines and exactly which line is right for you. All right, let's start with the big one, the one that causes the most anxiety for my wife and I, the dress code. The old habit. On mass market or even the premium lines, you have dress code PTSD. You're used to formal night being a suggestion, not a rule. You see people in tuxedos standing next to people in basketball shorts. You've learned to ignore the dress code because it's rarely enforced. The luxury reality. On luxury lines, the dress code creates the atmosphere. It is the entertainment. And if you pick the wrong line here, you'll feel uncomfortable every single night at 6 p.m. Here's how the big 3 differ from old world to modern resort. On Silversea, the traditionalist. If you secretly love an excuse to dress up, I mean really dress up, Silversea is your home. They are the most traditional. On formal optional nights, you will see tuxedos and evening gowns. On regular nights, gentlemen are often required to wear a jacket in indoor spaces. They have a strict policy: no jeans and no sneakers in public areas after 6 p.m. It feels like a classic European hotel. It's elegant, but it's structured. Next up, Regent Seven Seas. The relaxed resort region has moved in the opposite direction. They know many of us are done with ties. Their code is elegant casual. And here's the key difference. Jackets are never required. You can wear them if you want, but you don't have to. They also explicitly allow fine denim, no holes, and nice clean dress sneakers in the evening. If your idea of luxury is a cashmere sweater, nice jeans, and some loafers, Regent is going to feel like a relief. Now, Seabourn, the stylish middle ground. Seabourn sits right in the middle. They allow elegant denim in most venues after 6 p.m. They have formal nights, but they are limited mostly to one restaurant. It feels a bit more trendy, think like country club chic, rather than ballroom formal. The resolution. Ask yourself this simple question: do I want to pack a jacket? If the answer is absolutely not, I'm on vacation, pick Regent. If the answer is, I love the ritual of dressing for dinner, pick Silversea. If the answer is maybe once or twice, but let's just keep it stylish, pick Seabourn. Now, let's talk about dinner. This is where we spend 2 to 3 hours of our day. So getting the vibe right is critical for that mental quiet we're looking for. The old habit. On the big ships, dining is almost a combat sport. You're fighting for reservations. You're stuck at a set time, 5:30 or 8 o'clock. Or you're worried about being seated at a large table with strangers you have nothing in common with. The luxury reality. The good news, all 3 of these lines have open seating. You eat when you want, with whom you want. No assigned times, no assigned tables. But the atmosphere in the dining room is totally different. On Silversea, the event dining on Silversea feels like an occasion. The service is incredibly attentive. White gloves, crumb scrapers, the works. It is quiet. It is refined. It is perfect if you want a romantic, undisturbed meal where the service is the star. But it can feel a little heavy if you just want a quick bite and a laugh. The social club feel in Seabourn's dining room are a little more intimate because the ships are smaller. There's a natural social energy. You'll often be invited to join a table. You can't always say no, of course, but the vibe is much more dinner party and less restaurant. The officers often dine with guests, which adds a really nice personal touch you don't see as often elsewhere. Regent feels the most like a high-end steakhouse or French bistro back home. It's bustling but not loud. It's luxurious but not stiff. Because the ships are slightly larger than Seabourn or Silversea, you have more anonymity. If you want to disappear into a booth for 2 and just talk to your spouse for 2 hours, cool. Regent makes that pretty easy. So what's the resolution? If you want your dinner to feel like a formal event, Silversea. If you want to meet people over food, Seabourn. If you want the flexibility to be social or private without pressure, Regent. Let's talk about the third old habit, expecting a show. This arguably is the number one fear I hear from people upgrading to luxury. Will I be bored? The old habit. You're used to Broadway-style productions, ice skating rinks, casinos, belly flop contests, on and on and on. You're used to constant stimulation. The luxury reality, luxury is about unrushed time, not distraction. There are no water slides. The casinos are tiny. The shows are usually a cabaret singer or a quartet, not a 40-person cast. But again, the energy at night varies huge amounts between the 3 lines. Silversea is like the quiet sanctuary. It's quiet. And I mean delightfully quiet. After dinner, the entertainment is usually a pianist at the bar, a small show in the lounge, or just conversation. The ship goes to sleep relatively early. If you're an empty nester who's exhausted from your career and just want to read a book, sip a cognac, and go to bed at 10 in total silence, this is heaven. Seabourn has a bit more of a spark. They do events like Evening Under the Stars with live music on the pool deck. There's a bit more of a clubby feel, not a nightclub, but a private members club. People stay up a little later talking, that kind of thing. And Regent sits in the middle. They've got a proper theater with production shows, smaller than Royal Caribbean, obviously, but bigger than Silversea. They have game shows and trivia that feel familiar if you're coming from a premium line. It's the easiest transition if you're worried about the ship being too dead. So what's the resolution? If you equate luxury with peace and quiet, Silversea. If you want to be entertained by the other guests and the atmosphere, Seabourn. If you still want some structured entertainment after dinner, Regent. Okay, let's bring this all together. Forget the brochures for a second. I want you to look at your own personality. I'm going to give you 3 personas. You just pick the one that sounds like you. All right, so persona A, the traditionalist. You appreciate structure. You believe that dressing up is a form of good manners. You want your luxury to feel European, refined, and quiet. You want to feel like royalty, not just a tourist. If that is you, then your match is Silversea. Persona B, the social explorer. You are curious. You enjoy meeting new people. You don't mind a smaller cabin if it means you get into smaller ports. You want a vibe that is stylish and friendly, where the captain might just stop by your table at dinner. If that's you, then your match is Seabourn. Persona C, the relaxed luxury traveler. You want the best food and the biggest rooms, but you're done with rules. You want to wear jeans to dinner. You want a balcony big enough to read on. You want the most all-inclusive experience where you never sign a bill, but you don't want the stuffiness of a formal hotel. Well, guess what? Your match, Regent Seven Seas. There's no best line. There's only the best line for you. So here's the bottom line. You have worked too hard for this newfound freedom to spend your vacation feeling uncomfortable. So don't pick a ship because your neighbor liked it. Pick the one that fits the old habits you want to keep and the ones you want to break. Now, if you're listening to this and you're still thinking, okay, I know which one I like, but I still can't get over that $12,000 price tag, you need to watch this video right here. It's called the $499 Cruise Lie. And I break down the math of why these cheap cruises you used to take are actually costing you more than the luxury lines that I just talked about. Click on that video and I'll see you there to protect your wallet, just like we protected your vibe.